adventure begins. Here we go. Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds. We're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming now. Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 8 of our Tasmanian adventures. And where are we going this time, Sammy?
Bruny Island, food trail, OMG, I'm in heaven.
Bruny Island, the island off an island off an island.
It's too confusing.
That's what they say. And yes, famous for its foodie trail, and we certainly indulged in that. Have a look at this, guys. Don't forget to comment, and we'll talk to you soon. The Sea-Link Bruny Island ferry service operates 365 days per year. The ferry crossing to and from Bruny Island takes about 20 minutes. The Sea-Link ferry departs from Kettering, which is located 35 minutes from Hobart by road, and at Roberts Point on the other side at Bruny Island. You can pre-purchase your ticket online or pay at the ticket booth on arrival. Services begin at 6:10 a.m. from Kettering, and the last service from Bruny Island is at 7:15 p.m. So the ferry service operates on a queuing system. The fare charged will be based on the level applicable at the time the vehicle arrives at the ticket booth. So in this instance, if you arrived at the ticket booth before 7:20 a.m, you would pay a lower price than if you arrived after 7:20. But if you were in the queue at 7 a.m. and didn't arrive to the ticket box until 7:30, you would still pay the higher price. Bruny Island is famous for its foodie trail, and we'll certainly be checking out everything that it has to offer, including oysters, beer, wine, cider, chocolates, honey, cheese, bread, and even on the side of the road you can just pull over and grab some blackberries.
Welcome to the most southern raspberry farm in Australia. Nestled 600 metres inland from the iconic and stunning Adventure Bay, This eco-conscious and sustainable farm offers fresh raspberry produce and homemade delights that will leave the taste buds craving for more. Surrounded by natural melaleuca and eucalyptus forests, this area is also home to the albino Bennett wallabies, an array of Tasmania's unique bird life, as well as some farmyard friends. During the berry season, mid-November to March, the fresh fruit is picked with care and available for tasting and purchasing at the farm gate. With the overripe fruit, they make a variety of preserves, ice creams, cakes and raspberry crepes, which are available with a nice coffee from the on-site cafe. Come on, girls. Let's go for a walk. Oh, good girls. Come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. Yeah, come on. Let's go for a walk. Oh, the pretty girls. Exercise.
We found the Bruny Island chocolate to be a little disappointing. It is only a small shop front with a range of chocolates and fudges that are made on site, but there are no tours, no tastings, and you can only admire the lovely property from the fence line. That having been said, that didn't stop Sammy from loading up on her chocolate fix.
Whilst Get Shucked offer a drive-in takeaway option, Mike and I chose to sit down with 24 mixed oysters, Tasmanian Atlantic salmon, some breads with dips, all washed down with a glass of Tasmanian wine. Lunch was a reasonable $90. Get Shucked cultivates the Pacific oyster, which is native to the Pacific coast of Asia. Pacific oysters were first introduced to Tasmania in the 1940s, and while they're not native to Tasmania, they're often sold as Tasmanian oysters. The true native Tasmanian oyster is called the Angasi. While you can eat Angasi oysters, they aren't as delicious as their Pacific cousins, which is why you will rarely find them either farmed or on the menu. Most, if not all oysters, begin as male and change to female later in life. It will take them between 18 months and 4 years to grow to the size you would be familiar with. Generally, oysters are harvested at about 2 to 3 years of age, but if an oyster is left to its own device, it can live up to 30 years.
Founded by Nick Haddo in 2003, Bruny Island Cheese Company was started after Nick spent 10 years working with specialist cheesemakers in many different countries around the world. Nick is a staunch traditionalist who recognises that great cheese was made for centuries before modern technology played a role, and believes passionately in the old way of making and maturing cheese. For him and head cheesemaker Luke Jackson, cheesemaking is a pursuit of integrity and flavour. Made and matured using traditional techniques, the range of cheeses changes seasonally and is highly regarded as being some of the finest artisan cheeses made in Australia. In 2016, the cheese company decided to make beer, and for cheesemakers, they think they make a bloody good one. Locally grown ingredients and an eye towards Tasmania's seasons and sensibilities are what guides the beers down an unconventional path. Much like the cheeses, the beer is an artisan product that strives to be the best expression of the seasonally variable ingredients available only in Tasmania. And to achieve this, they use locally grown grain wherever possible, 100% Tasmanian grown hops, Bruny Island honey and Bruny Island water. They frequently experiment with non-traditional or unusual beer ingredients such as quinoa, spelt and native plants, for no other reason than they are grown in Tasmania.
The Wright family have been collecting honey from Bruny Island for over 20 years, currently having about 400 hives on the island. The bees are moved around the island at different times of the year to follow the nectar flows. Prickly Box in the north of the island, Manuka around the Great Bay and the Neck area, bush honey all over depending on the flowering of the eucalyptus, and finally the unique Tasmanian leatherwood from Mount Mongana. The shop has a large range of Tasmanian honey and associate products to choose from. Of course, Mike and I stocked up on honey before having a dessert of leatherwood honey ice cream. In every colony of bees, there are 3 types of bee: a queen, just one; drones, hundreds; and workers, thousands. The queen is longer than the other bees and lays up to 2,000 eggs in a day. The drones are the male bees, whose job is to mate with the queen. The workers are females, who have different jobs in and outside of the hive: cleaning, feeding, keeping the hive at an ideal temperature, and going out for food.
Sounds like I want to come back as a drone bee in my next life. Whilst travelling around Bruny Island, a must stop is the Bruny Baker's roadside fridge, where you can get some fresh bread, usually after 10 a.m. It's an honesty box and cash only.
Why pay for blackberries when you can pick them off the side of the road? How cool is that? There's no spraying around because of the amount of wildlife here.
Nearly 100 kilometres in length, Bruny Island's 2 main land masses cover nearly 365 square kilometres, separated from the Tasmanian mainland by the D'Entrecasteaux Channel. The north and south of Bruny Island are connected by a very narrow sandy isthmus. The isthmus, affectionately referred to by locals as the Neck, is home to hundreds of penguins which emerge from burrows at dusk to feed. Bruny itself is called home by the endangered 40-spotted pardalote, 30% of the world's entire population of the swift parrot, and 250,000 breeding pairs of mutton birds.
Truganini was an Aboriginal Tasmanian woman born in 1812. She was one of the last native speakers of Tasmanian languages and one of the last individuals solely of Aboriginal Tasmanian descent. Truganini grew up in the region around Bruny Island. Many of her relatives were killed during the Black War, which was a period of violent conflict between British colonists and Aboriginal Tasmanians.
The historic Cape Bruny Lighthouse, built in 1836, at 114 metres tall, towers over the spectacular dolerite cliffs of Cape Bruny and offers panoramic views of the rugged South Bruny coastline. When first lit in 1838, it was the 3rd lighthouse in the state and only the 4th in Australia. The lighthouse was refurbished in 1901 through to 1903 with a powerful new Chance Brothers lantern replacing the original Wilkins lantern. Then in 1959, the light was electrified. Cape Bruny Light was lit for the final time in 1996 when it was replaced by a solar-powered light nearby. Hey guys. Okay, so we're doing one of Tasmania's 60 great short walks. This one's 6.3k circuit, Fluted Cape circuit walk. It comes in 2 stages. So your first stage is Grass Point, which we're just at the moment. That's about 2k, so you can walk in and walk back out again. You can go up to Fluted Cape, which is about 3k's up and back, or you can do the circuit, as I said, which is 6.3k's, and we're doing the circuit. Track's easy. It's a nice, easy walk in. You follow.
Bring your camera.
Absolutely bring your camera. You follow the coast along, and then Grass Point's literally right on the point. There's a bird rookery breeding area, Penguin Island. Lots of rocks to climb over and rock pools for the kids to explore. Kids could easily walk in here. It's not a difficult track. As yet. We'll keep moving. Cheers. As we said before, guys, when you're taking these trails, make sure you follow the trail markers. They'll be all the way along, different spots. You follow them and you won't get lost. There's another trail marker just there behind Sammy, and she's found a nest.
Yeah. Something's living in there by night.
So,
Another phone call.
well,
Seriously,
I'm
dude.
consulting more than anything now. I've actually technically left, yeah. So yeah, so now I've finished up. So now I'm full-time travelling, and
Look at this, guys. We have made it to the top.
I'm still talking to customers, and I've still got plenty of deals in the order bank. So it's
Let's see
so you know I'm still in touch with.
any land that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if he calls me, I can still chat to him, and then I can refer him back.
Take it to the edge.
All good, brother. Okay, so Fluted Cape and Grass Point. Done. This one's for our granddaughter Aria. Papa did it!
Mike struggled. It was a bit of a tough track, but
The circuit was.
still amazing and still well worth it.
Yeah, look, if you've got kids, if they're a capable bushwalker, you could do the Fluted Cape. I don't know that I would take kids on a full circuit.
Well, we've
But
come
again-
across a few kids.
Yeah,
which
but again,
were
it
more
depends.
than
They've got it-
capable. You know your own children,
Yeah.
so I guess that's where your judgment as a parent comes into play. So
Yeah, like it definitely takes some judgment, but I tell you what, the views are spectacular. So
yeah, I got to say, my judgment as a wife, I didn't tell Mike what we were going to be doing and how high we were going up. So I think I broke him.
no, it hasn't quite broken me, but I'll tell you what, I'm feeling it. You go about, you pretty much go 400 metres above, straight up above sea level, and then turn to start coming back down the other way. But the walk up, going clockwise, is just basically steps straight up, and then it's
It's a
a long
tough challenge.
It's a long trail back down, but hey, I tell you what, it's absolutely worthwhile. Took about 2.5 hours, and just, yeah, like I said, I'm not broken, but I'm hurting. But I tell you what, I'd do it again. Absolutely spectacular.
Oh, we'll do it again tomorrow morning then, shall we?
Yeah, I'm washing my hair. See ya.
Yeah.
Whilst on Bruny Island, we based ourselves at Adventure Bay, which is a beautiful little township with a great white sand beach, a general store, the only petrol station on Bruny Island, but I'd suggest fueling up on the main island before coming across, as the prices are about 40 cents a litre more. Adventure Bay is on the northern end of South Bruny, but is quite central to all the main food eateries and the main tourist attractions.
Okay, while Mike's doing final checks on our next move, being a move day, we've just pulled out of our campsite and I totally forgot to do a quick walk around. So while Mike's doing all that, I'm just going to take you for a quick walk. We've been here 4 nights, and Mike has done some drone footage, so he'll put that into vid as well. What I'll do is show you around. So we stayed here at Captain Cook Holiday Park. You can drive in this drive just here, and just there is your reception where you need to book in. Now it is only a one-way circuit, so don't try taking any shortcuts. So coming in, driving in this way. As you do for caravan parks, please drive slowly. There's been a lot of kids. This is just on 10 o'clock, so the park is probably at its emptiest stage, as everybody's checked out. But as you can see, some nice big blocks here. You do have some sites that have got no power or water. You do need to be self-contained. But all these ones here on my right are all powered water. There's a few permanents as well. If you're lucky, you'll see the bunny rabbits around. They like to have a bit of a wander around and chat with everybody. You've got a few little camp kitchens. This one's got a barbecue in it, a couple of tables, loads of bins around, so you've always got somewhere to put your rubbish. Some more permanents. You've got the toilet block just here, cleaned daily, so they've been cleaned. You do have laundry. I don't think the laundry's being closed for the moment, only the bathrooms. So you've got a laundry. You've got 2 Maytag washing machines, and then you've got 2 dryers as well. And it has, so your dryer is $4, so 4 $1 coins, and it takes 45 minutes. And your washing machine is 3 $1 coins, and it takes roughly around the same amount of time. You've got an area then to hang your washing out, so they've got a few clotheslines down the back here. You've got a big rack shed here. I'll have a quick wander through. We didn't use it, but got a camp kitchen. Loads of tables. You've got a TV. There's a fireplace, which has been well utilised. It smells good in there. Someone's cooking bacon and eggs. It smells so good. Then, just down here, there's quite a few cabins as well. So these brown buildings are all cabins, and they're in the process of being cleaned at the moment. Okay, more sites here. Sorry if I'm bouncing, I'm trying to be very quick. Oh, you can go down there apparently, and there's just a few little off-site, type spots where you're almost free camping, but clearly there's a cost being in part of a caravan park, being having access to the toilets and bathrooms. Here on the corner. All these ones down the back here don't have power, they don't have water, but they're really good spots, and Mike and I are thinking that we should have probably taken one of those, because you can park yourself up, and it would have been easier and whatnot for us to get in and out. You do have taps though, so you can fill up with water if you need to. So we've just come around this corner. So a couple of little spots just here. We were here on number 27, and being a 19.6 van, we just made it in there. Don't have plenty of room on either side of us. Kids playing around. As I said, loads of bins, but some beautiful big trees as well for shade. You can hear the waves on the beach. see there's some longer sites, but the bigger sites are few and far between. And here is Beauty waiting for me to get into the car, into Beast, so we can travel on to our next destination. So if you do come to Captain Cook Caravan Park, please enjoy.
So there you go. That was Bruny Island done. How good was that?
Aria, Papa did it.
Yeah, the hike.
He found it hard. He struggled.
6.3 Ks, but about, I reckon, 1.5 Ks is
Straight up.
Yeah, almost. I felt like a rock climber or a billy goat rather than a bushwalker. It was pretty steep, but pretty spectacular when we got to the top.
Favourite part of that episode?
Oh, get shucked oysters, without doubt. And more importantly, or more specifically, the panko fried oysters. Oysters fried in a panko crumb. How good was that?
They were nice. And the Kilpatrick was nice. But fresh is still best.
No, oysters are oysters, aren't they? It doesn't matter how you have them.
You either love them or you hate them.
We love them.
That we do.
Bruny Island, I loved it. It was brilliant. Where we stayed, Adventure Bay, really pretty little spot. So I hope you enjoyed that footage, guys. Our next stop is Hobart Town, yes. So the state capital. We'll have a bit of a look around there, and that'll be episode 9. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment.
Did you see?
And I did.
You worked it out.
I worked it out. Like, subscribe, and the bell.
What a clever dig.
Yep. So, yeah, guys, do it. Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, but it certainly helps us and motivates us. We love hearing your comments. And otherwise, thanks for watching.
See you next time.
See you guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Here we go.